How many times have you heard that story is king? Is it really everything? The short answer, yes. It really is everything. It's a saying repeated again and again by marketing professionals, content creators, writers, photographers, filmmakers of all different stages in their careers. However, one company in the world exemplifies and lives by this saying, and that's Pixar. Just think about it for a moment. Can you think of any Pixar movie that doesn't just pull you in for its intriguing story and characters with these wonderful backgrounds, motivations, and failings? In fact, it's so well known in the animation and film industry that they live by this maximum. Ed Catmull wrote a book telling the story of their company and giving just a little bit of insight into how they instill their entire company from the bottom up. That story is king. I actually highly recommend his book called Creativity Inc. I'll leave a link below if you would love to check it out, and I highly recommend that you do. In fact, in his book, Mr. Catmull points out just how important story is, stating that the audience was so caught up in the emotion of the story that they hadn't noticed its flaws. If this isn't an earth-shattering quote for you, just to throw everything into perspective for you, I don't know what is. We often, as writers or musicians or artists or scriptwriters or photographers or filmmakers or editors or any number of creative professions that also need a side of the technical to progress, we get so caught up in trying to make something perfect. Often, unfortunately, perfection gets in the way. Just think about that. How many times have you not tried something because you don't know if you have the technical skill or developed the talent to pull it off? How many of us have not even begun because we feel so overwhelmed in a world full of people already so talented in their respective fields and are doing it well? How many stories have you written and abandoned? How many films have you wanted to do but couldn't muster the know-how or the drive? How many songs have you wanted to do but couldn't get it quite right, so you felt like it wasn't time for those lyrics? To be honest, it's happened more often than not for myself. The biggest thing that gets in the way of myself succeeding in something is myself. That'll be the same for you if you truly take the time to think about it. Flaws don't matter, flaws are human. Catmull continues in his book, for all the care that you put into the artistry of something, visual polish frequently doesn't matter if you are getting the story right. We all like to think the many hours we put into tweaking something that it will be the deciding factor on whether or not someone will love that work, but it's not. The skill, I think, is understanding when the artistry and the technical aspects of your work are just enough to achieve the story you were trying to accomplish. At the end of the day, we all need to create a story that is intriguing and that causes our audience to want to keep listening, to keep turning that page, to keep giving their time to you as an artist. We do this through creating deep, engaging characters, protagonists that aren't wholly good or noble, or have moments of weakness or moments where they don't do the right thing. We do this by creating antagonists that aren't fully bad, or at least have backgrounds which uncover to the audience how they became the way they did, by creating bad guys who sometimes are good, or at the very least show the capacity or the ability to do good sometimes, giving a chance that they could be saved. We do this through character dialogue which is down to earth, isn't wordy and stuffed full of proverbs or lofty language. We do this through characters talking about mundane things and abnormal situations, about them discussing about subjects which are very much relevant to us and our lives. A good story needs to inspire and show the overcoming of obstacles and adversity. It needs to show sadness with a chance of redemption or a chance of hope. It needs to have unexpected twists which draw you in or get you to think about how and why they happened. They need to engage you in a believable, not realistic world. They need to frighten us, make us laugh and cry, thrill us, titillate us, make us question our lives and our art. A good story needs to emotionally connect with its audience and all of the above and more. All of these aspects of a story, when put together to make a great story, make all of the artistry and technical that more achievable. In the end, the audience doesn't care if there's a note wrong here or there, or if they can hear the string of the guitar squeak, or if you see a typo, or if an animation in a movie doesn't quite fit, or if a cut to a film doesn't quite flow as well as it should. Story bridges perfection with the just enough. Ignore that ancient reptilian brain of yours telling you to keep pushing on for perfection. Keep tweaking and tweaking, telling you that maybe tomorrow will be the day that you finish. Just get out there, stay inside, do whatever it is you need to do and what you want to do and where you want to do it. Just create. Just remember that story is king. I truly hope that this video spoke to you today. It's something that's been on my mind lately in the current global climate, and I chose not to care how much I perfected this, just to get it done and get it out there so many others can feel like they can achieve. So please like this video if you really thought that this video spoke to you as a kindred soul in this way, or at least just helped you or got you out of a bit of a thinking block. And please share this if possible, as it would allow me to continue to build my audience of truly brilliant and talented people. I've been enjoying my discussions with you all so far, and I've learned a lot from you too. I'll go back to writing now, and I'll see you in the next one.